I've been on the wrong side of the trans movement for a very long time, or maybe just on no side. But now I'm bringing the full might and will of my spirit to bear to support this movement. Transgender, important. Transracial, important. But what I really struggle with is my transageist identity. And, I just age differently than other people. I started as a baby, but unlike Benjamin Button, who wound up as a baby, I just kind of skipped the middle. Um, I went from teens, 20s, and now I feel 55. My body it is not prepared to deal with the long-term toll that this life and this world extracts on us. The poisons in our food, the pollutants in our air, the rising sea levels that are further and further encroaching on our territory every single day threaten my ability to age gracefully to the point where it's impossible. And yet the government wants to tell me on my little card here with a stamp, "Oh, you're a male." Oh, okay. Am I? Is that what you think? I think that would be something that I should be allowed to decide. Is that crazy? Huh? Maybe when I was growing up, I'm growing up poor. Maybe not all my neighbors are white. So maybe culturally I identify as being non-white and I don't have to commit. The world is my oyster. I don't need to tell you what race I identify as. Just like I don't have to tell you what my religious beliefs are or who I voted for. These are privately held beliefs and they should be respected. I think, you know. I think so. The government says no. But the biggest one, and the one that no one is talking about yet, is transageism. I am a 55-year-old man. I don't care when you look at me and judge this little book by its cover. I don't care what age you think I am. What age do I feel? What age do I identify with? What pronouns would I like people to use? My pronouns are retired. My pronouns are tax-free access to my 401k that I worked hard to build, just like anyone else, of any age, trans, non-trans, and yet the government decides that they can dictate by measuring with their little racist number system. Numbers are one of the biggest contributors to race wars in America, and I think that the easiest way to start to dissipate this conflict and come together as Americans is to give us some actual freedom from this tyrannical government that wants to come in, dictate my age, dictate my gender, probably dictate my sex, dictate what race I am. I have to fill out all these offensive questionnaires every time I apply for anything. It's on the form. And I get triggered every time. It is time for Americans to come together and say, no more, government. You are not my dad. You're not my mom. You're not my God. You are supposed to be serving me. And instead, you're just extracting my resources, sending them overseas, keeping me confined in my nice little prison that you used school to train me for. Let's look at a cafeteria, huh? What does that look like? You ever seen a prison show? Everybody sitting at long tables, grouped up by their little cliques. You're eating off of a tray with some of the worst food that you possibly could get your hands on, just the cheapest, absolute junk, trash meatloaf, and they just slop it on your plate. Here you go. Get ready for life. Life's going to be just like that sloppy Joe I just dumped all over your plate. Bland and unsatisfying because we don't give you a choice. Yeah, I know you want a burger, probably. But you know who doesn't give a fuck? The government, the school system. All these agencies full of bureaucrats telling me how I can and can't live my life. Oh, you don't feel young anymore. Well, it's too bad. You're going to have to work another 20 years until we identify you as being the appropriate age so that you can do what you feel like doing. I'm not going to stand idly by while these politicians back me into a corner. I'll run up in the mountains and I'll take all my stuff up there. And good luck coming up. Good luck. I'll be dumping oil slicks. There'll be mudslides. I don't have claymores, but I am. Reach out to me in the comments if you have any sort of perimeter type devices, because I may need to go carve out a little space where I can be a sovereign citizen and actually enjoy my life a little bit. Imagine the concept. Imagine it. The government not coming into your life and telling you, oh, well, I know that there's a doctor over here who will perform abortions, and I know that you want one, but we need to be involved in the middle to either say, no, you can't get one, or yes, you can get one. I thought this was America, right? Is this a free country, or is this a dictatorship where they tell the citizens every little minute detail of their life and what they can do? Maybe I want to roll around in Jello in my front yard wearing only a Speedo, which would be the best gift I could possibly give to my neighbors, because there's no one that doesn't want to see me covered in cherry flavored Jello. Okay? No one. Anyway, I want to organize anyone who identifies similar to me as trans-ageist. We need to start a collective so that our voices can be heard. Because right now, we are being ignored. We are being marginalized. We are not being respected and listened to. The things that we want as a group are just as valid as any other group who has ever existed all throughout history and even beyond into our infinite and mysterious beginnings. That was where it all started. And it's taken this long, billions of years, to get to where we are right now. I'm not going to give up. No matter what they do to me. Tell me that I can only eat bread and butter. I love bread and butter. I'm wearing a bulletproof vest that deflects all these things that you think you can throw at me to control. I'll embrace them. I'll take them as my own. I will make them part of my identity so that your punishment only serves to build and reinforce my character and commitment. We will not be defeated, but we must go out and we must fight for our rights in the public space. We don't give them an option to hear us. We come to them and we force them to hear everything that we have to say. And we bring more people who haven't even thought of what it is that they want to transition to, but they need to be provided an avenue towards it. And if the government does not comply, then there will be hell to pay in a peaceful protest type of way. Okay? Take care.